Winners and Whiners group. It's me, Detroit Lenny, here, joined with Scott Reichel to talk some college football for Friday, December 27th. Georgia Tech, Vanderbilt, Birmingham Bowl, Birmingham, Alabama. You guys are going to like, share, subscribe, comment in the comment section what you're into for this game. Side, total, prop, otherwise, whatever we got. Let's get into it. Georgia Tech minus 2.5, total 51.5 here on this one. Scott, who's out? Who's not? What's going on with this one?
So I have good news. Both teams will be having their starting quarterback for this game. So Pavia and King will both play. Thank God. You're looking at some opt-outs for Georgia Tech, though. Starting wide receiver Singleton ended up going to Auburn. Left tackle Robinson went to Arkansas. Outside linebacker Height went to Texas Tech. Starting safety Seymour went to Auburn. As for Vandy, pretty clean. Offensive tackle Hansen went to Florida State. Basically it. So both teams are close to 100% in terms of, I'd say, star power. We'll see what happens in this one. Vandy had a very, I'd say, loud 6-6 year where they had a couple upsets. They were feisty, but they finished with 6 wins, and you thought they'd probably be better than that. But either way, point is a good year for Vandy. Tech had a great start to the season beating Florida State. Turns out anybody could beat Florida State, but we did not know that at the time when they're playing.
We did not know that at the time,
and they ended up beating Miami at the end of the year. So they had a pretty solid season there. I understand why Georgia Tech's favored. I guess I'm going to ask you because Vandy had a tough schedule in the SEC, but at the same point, they pulled off a couple upset wins. Besides that, they really didn't do much at the end of the year. I thought Georgia Tech was better as the season went along. I think the right team's favored, but they have a couple opt-outs and Vandy really doesn't. So I'm going to ask you first, what do you like in this game?
So I don't like a whole lot here. This is one of the games where I probably just get on a teaser. I think Vandy plus 9 and over 45 sounds better at minus 120-ish on a 6-point teaser than anything in this game. So I'm going to go that. That's the only thing I have bet in here is Vandy in a 6-point teaser and over. I do think we should get some points here, but I do think the right team is favored with Georgia Tech. So I like a lot of, just in case they win by like 4 instead of worrying about that 2.5, 3. That's where I love my teasers, but that's me.
Yeah, I feel like Georgia Tech, at the end of the day, you're looking at Vanderbilt playing an SEC schedule of Tennessee and LSU on the road and South Carolina and Texas. Like, they had a lot of really tough games. Tech arguably should have beaten Georgia. Led in the fourth quarter there, lost in 8 overtimes or whatever the hell they were in. So
8, yeah.
So point is that they almost beat Georgia there. That's a pretty impressive showing. Beat Miami a couple weeks prior. I just think this team is a bit more dynamic offensively.
Okay.
Maybe that's it. Both teams have mobile quarterbacks, and maybe you can make an argument that Vandy will be more motivated because nobody thought they'd be in a bowl game, and now they have a shot at it. But I think I'm going to go Tech. I just think this team's a better team, in my opinion. It's not really a strong opinion. This is a pretty even matchup as far as I'm concerned. But I think Tech's a little bit better. That's why I'll go with Tech. I would be tempted by the over in this game because I think that each team can score. But Vandy is not afraid to take up a lot of clock with their offense, with Pavia running a lot. I think I'll go with Tech, but it's really a toss-up. I think there are better games to bet on, but this should be a very entertaining game.
That's fair. There's better games to bet on Friday. This should be a high-scoring game. I don't hate the over here. That's kind of what leans me to my teaser, but there you have it.
I think it's a one-possession game either way, which I know you agree with because you like the teaser. So I think it'll be close. Last possession maybe wins the game. I think one team will get the ball with a chance to win or tie in the last 2 minutes. I think it's going to be a war.
Overtime?
But I think Georgia Tech's better. But it should be a very fun game to watch.
Maybe a prop on some overtime. I'm sure
I don't know if I ever actually sprinkled on that prop. I think I sprinkled on that prop one time in like basketball, and I bet overtime at like 15-1, and the game ended in a 1-point win, and I missed it that close for like 15-1. But we've had a couple overtime games lately. We saw a crazy game in Hawaii at the other overtime
Georgia
game.
Tech's any stranger to it with that 8 overtime game.
That's true.
I don't think we're going to get that, but anytime I get a one possession type game, it leads me to a teaser with the points and possibly an over because I'm hoping overtime. That's one possession could be an overtime /tie.
I mean, I do want to point out Georgia Tech is missing their best receiver. So if you want to look
Okay.
for other guys to step up, that could be an option.
Mhm.
I think Haynes King on the ground is a solid game. I don't mind Haynes King rushing yards. I think he'll get at
Okay.
least one rushing touchdown. Probably heavily juiced though, because he keeps scoring every game. But I don't mind the rushing yards for King. I think they're going
Okay.
to go extra run heavy with their number one receiver being out.
Fair enough. There you have it. Georgia Tech -2.5, total 51.5 in the Georgia Tech Vanderbilt Birmingham Bowl action. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Drop in the comment what you're into. Either way, side, total, prop, whatever you got going, let's hear about it. Good luck unless you're against us. Take care, folks.